Daniel 3:28. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, forever, who have sent his angel. What angel? Mashiach Yahweh Shai. What did he call him in verse 25? And the form of the fourth is like the Son of the Most High. Mashiach Yahweh Shai. He said what? He have sent his angel. He have sent his angel. He have sent his angel and delivered his servants, verse 28, that trusted in him and have changed the king's word and yielded their bodies that they might not serve nor worship any power, any idol, any god, except their own power, the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Therefore I make, listen to this very closely. That's why you're looking at these other nations, how they're going to be in the kingdom, and how from this their leader, and as the leader is, so is his servants. So are his servants. Verse 29, therefore I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut in pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other power that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. See how he acknowledged the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? Same thing with the Persian and the Medes. They allowed us to build a temple that we could serve the Most High. But these people that we under now, it's already written what they're going to do. And you know what the end result going to be. It don't take a rocket science to figure it out. Look at Luke 17. Luke 17, we're going to start at verse 11. Luke 17 and 11. Luke 17 and 11. And it came to pass, as he went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. Leprosy is like when your skin that's dark on this side turns like the palm of your hand, light on the other side. When you see certain people, you see that their pigment, their melanin, they're losing their pigment and melanin, their skin color, and they're turning white, or pink, or red. They're losing their color. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him, verse 12, 10 men that were lepers, which stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, Master, have mercy on us. Mercy is not getting something that you do deserve. He said, have mercy on us. And when he saw them, he said unto them, go show yourselves unto the priests. And it came to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. It came to pass as they were going to the priest, they were cleansed. But you know, leprosy is unclean. But they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back and with a loud voice glorified the Most High, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks. And he was a Samaritan. And Mashiach answering said, Were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? Only one turned around. He said it was 10 are clean from the leprosy. Where's the other 9? There are not found that return to give glory to the Most High, save this stranger. And he said unto him, Arise, go thy way, thy faith has made thee whole. So your faith has healed you. Let's go back to Luke 17:3. Take heed to yourselves, if thy brother trespass against thee, rebuke him, and if he repent, forgive him. If someone does something wrong to you, and they ask for forgiveness, you got to forgive them. And if he trespass against thee 7 times in a day, and 7 times in a day turn again to thee, saying, I repent, I apologize, I'm sorry, thou shalt forgive him. And the apostle said unto the most to Mashiach Yahushua, increase our faith. And the same thing that a lot of us have to say. The same thing, increase our faith. And the Mashiach Yahushua said, if ye had faith as a grain of mustard seed, and that's so small it can fit right under your fingernail. That's how small a grain of mustard seed is. You might say unto this sycamore tree, you believe, be thou plucked up by the root, and be thou planted in the sea, and it shall obey thee. It's going to obey you. But which of you, having a servant plowing or feeding cattle, will say unto him by and by, when he is come from the field, go and sit down to meat? And will not rather say unto him, make ready wherewith I may sup? Tell the servant to go and make their food, instead of telling the servant to sit down to eat. And gird thyself, and serve meat, till I have eaten and drunken, and afterward thou shalt eat and drink. Does he thank the servant because he did the things that were commanded him? I throw not. He said, I say not. So likewise ye, when ye shall have done all those things which are commanded you, say, we are unprofitable servants. We have done that which was our duty to do. And that's why he said, and right now, our duty is to allow our bodies to do this in Romans 12:1. I beseech you, brethren, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, pure and righteous, and true, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service. We have to, regardless of the way you want to think or the way you want to feel. You got to believe in what it is that he's given us as examples to go by. Look at go to Genesis, the 12th chapter, in the 4th verse. Genesis 12:4. Look at our forefather Abraham. Y'all still gonna hear okay on the conference call? Okay, the water. Genesis, the 12th chapter, we're going to start the first verse. Now the Most High has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. This is our forefather Abraham. His name is Abram. Before it was Abraham. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. And all families of the earth have been blessed. Till we, the children of Israel, going into captivity after captivity after captivity, and the Most High allowing them to be the superpower of the earth. So Abram departed, as the Most High had spoken unto him. And Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. That's faith. Because the Most High told him what to do. Did he do it? He did it. Look at Genesis, the 15th chapter. After these things, the word of the Most High came unto Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Most High, what wilt thou give me, saying, I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eleazar of Damascus? And Abram said, Behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. Abram didn't have any children. And behold, the word of the Most High came unto him, saying, This shall not be thine heir. Say, this not going to be your heir. But he that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir. So who's going to come forth out of his own bowels, out of his own body, shall be the heir. And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall thy seed be. So look up at the stars. So that's how many children I'm going to give you, Abraham. Listen, verse 6, and he believed in the Most High, and he counted it to him for righteousness. What is that saying? He had faith in the Most High. And he counted it unto him for righteousness. So the things that you look at the Most High as he talked to every one of his servants, the prophets, they had to believe. Because why would they go out and fulfill what it is that he told them? They have faith. They believed in him. Look at Romans 4th chapter. Look at I'm gonna get one more before that. Let's look at Romans, the 4th chapter, and start at verse 16. It says, Therefore it is of faith, that it might be by grace, which is getting something you don't deserve, to the end the promise might be sure to all the seed, not to that only which is of the law, but to that also which is of the faith of Abraham, who was the father of us all. As it is written, I have made thee a father of many nations, before him whom he believed, even the Most High, who quickeneth the dead, and calleth those things which be not as though they were. That's faith. Who against hope believed in hope, that he might become the father of many nations. Remember, Abraham was old, and he was 100 years old, and his wife Sarah was 99 years old. Who against hope believed in hope, had faith in hope, that he might become the father of many nations, according to that which was spoken. So shall thy seed be. Remember, it says it's going to be, he told him, look up in the sky. And that's how plentiful and the multitude of his seed is going to be. As the stars in the sky. And another scripture says, as the sand of the sea. Verse 19. And being not weak in faith. Hear that? And being not weak in faith, but being strong in faith, because it says, and being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body, now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb, being 99 years old. He staggered not at the promise of the Most High through unbelief, through having no faith, but was strong in faith, giving glory to the Most High, and being fully persuaded that what he had promised, he was able also to perform. And therefore it was imputed to him for righteousness. Now it was not written for his sake only, or his sake alone, that it was imputed to him, but for us also, that we can look back and look at our ancestors and see how the Most High blessed him at 100 years old, and Sarah being 99 years old, and had Isaac. But ask somebody. Ask the Most High. And that's what we're doing. We're seeing what he said right here. But for us also, to whom it shall be imputed, if we believe on him that raised up a Mashiach Yahushua, our power from the dead. That's the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob forever and ever and ever. Who was delivered for our offenses and was raised again for our justification to the Most High. But he was, like he said, we are healed through his stripes that he suffered for us, the children of Israel, and was raised again for our justification, that the Most High can turn his face from not facing us, hiding his face from us, and looking at us again with his love and his mercy and grace from his hatred that he had against us for not following him and not allowing us to allow him to be over us. Look at Hebrews 11 and 8. Hebrews 11 and 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should have to receive for inheritance, obeyed. Through faith, you only obey if you have faith. Obeyed. And he went out, not knowing whither he went, not knowing where he was going, by faith. By faith. He sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is the Most High. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed at 99 years old, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, 99 years old, because he judged him faithful who had promised. Therefore sprang there even of one, and him of good him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable, the children of Israel. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. But they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. See, they didn't see, but we're getting closer and closer to see. They didn't have the opportunity to see this, but they believed. They have faith. And truly, verse 15, and truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly, to be called. Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power. And Mashiach Yahushua is not ashamed to be called our power. For he hath prepared for them a city. Understand this. Mashiach Yahushua said this. He's prepared for us a city. He said this in John 14:1. It don't say he's going to prepare. He said he has prepared right there for us a city. He said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in the Most High, believe also in me. You believe in the Most High, believe also in Mashiach Yahushua. He said, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. And where I am, there ye may be also. If we believe and have faith in the Most High and don't falter in believing in him. Look at 2nd Ezra, 8th chapter in the Apocrypha. See, place prepared for us. Well, listen, 2nd Ezra 8 and verse 52 says, for unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted. The time to come is prepared. See? It's already prepared. Plenteousness is made ready. A city is builded. It's already built. And rest is allowed. Yeah. Perfect goodness and wisdom. It's when we reach the kingdom. Most High will. The root of evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and the moth is hid from you. And corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten forever and ever and ever. Sorrows are past. No more crying, no more sadness. And in the end, it showed the tree of immortality. That you're going to live forever. You're going to be able to live forever. It's already prepared. We just got to get ourselves together. Hebrews 11:16. But now they desire a better country, that is, in heavenly. Wherefore the Most High is not ashamed to be called their power. Mashiach Yahushua is not ashamed to be called our power. For he hath prepared for them a city. He's prepared for us a city. And we should be ready. That city. It's prepared, y'all. Let's take a glimpse of it. Let's take a little look at it. Look at Revelation 21st chapter. Look at Revelation 21:9, it said, "And there came unto me one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues of destruction upon this earth, and talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show thee the bride," which is representing the 12 tribes of Israel, the Lamb's wife. Okay? Hamashiach Yahushai's wife, symbolic for Hamashiach Yahushai's wife. We the children of Israel. 1/3, mind you. "And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city," remember that's prepared already, "that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High." It's going to be coming down from the fourth dimension from the Most High, having the glory of the Most High. And her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. How are you going to deny this? And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, on these gates, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. That makes 12 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb, who were Israelites. And he that talked with me had a golden reed to measure the city, and the gates thereof, and the wall thereof. And the city lieth foursquare, and the length is as large as the breadth. And he measured the city with the reed, 12,000 furlongs. The length and the breadth and the height of it are equal. All of these measurements are equal. And he measured the wall thereof, verse 17, 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, that is, of the angel. That's like 216 feet. It says, "And the building of the wall of it was of jasper, and the city was pure gold, like unto clear glass." Man, the city gonna be pure gold. And the building of the wall of it was jasper, and the city was pure gold, like as clear glass. And the foundation of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. The first foundation was jasper, the second jaspin, the third chalcedony, the fourth an emerald, the fifth sandonyx, the sixth sardius, the seventh chrysolite, the eighth beryl, the ninth a topaz, the 10th a chrysoprasus, the 11th a jacinth, the 12th an amethyst, and the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was of 1 pearl. And the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. And I saw no temple therein, for the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushai, and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon, to shine in it, for the glory of the Most High did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. All these nations, remember, they're going to build up our kingdom. And the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. Our gates going to be open, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, For there shall be no night there. They're not going to be shut. For there shall be no night there. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. I tell you, these nations going into captivity, slavery, and bondage, no matter how you want to look at it. And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. We're going to be the new IRS, Israelites Receiving Services. Ain't going to be no Internal Revenue Service. It's going to be Israelites Receiving Services. What did it say? And they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. And there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth, neither whatsoever worketh abomination, or maketh a lie, but they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. Only those that are written in the Lamb's book of life. And that's what this is all about. That we can do what we need to do to be written in the Lamb's book of life. Verse 20, chapter 22. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. And in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of this river, was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manner of fruits, and yielded her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. See? To bring us back to the Most High and following His laws, statutes, and commandments. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it, and His servants shall serve Him, and they shall see His face, and His name shall be in their foreheads. We're going to see His face, and His name going to be in our minds. And there shall be no more, no night there, no darkness, no ignorance, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun. For the Most High giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. They'll reign forever and ever. And he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And you got to believe these sayings. And the Most High, power of the holy prophets, sent His angel to show unto His servants the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Hallelujah. That's right. Let's go back. Look at some of the other prophets. So, and that's what we see as we read there. We see the same thing in can y'all still hear me on the conference call? Something happened to my phone. Can I still be heard? Okay, to water. To water. So now, look at Isaiah, just to show you how this all goes together. There was no New Testament. He's just giving us understanding of the Old. Just going to give you in Isaiah 60 and verse 10. It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee. Talking to the children of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. Say, therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles. The same thing we just read in Revelations. And that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that would not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. Look at verse 15. whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, and you see the hatred that we have received by these other nations, killing us with the verdict of not guilty. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee. We don't have nothing. No banks. We don't have nothing. Nobody's coming to us to borrow anything from us. So that no man went through thee, I will make thee an external excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breast of kings, and thou shalt know that I, the Most High, am thy Savior, and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass I will give gold. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. I will also make thy officers peace, or bring peace upon us, and thine exactors righteousness. Listen, violence shall no more be heard in thy land. So when these Jewish people talking about they in the kingdom of heaven being in the land of Israel, say violence shall no more be heard in thy land. This when we reach the kingdom. Wasting nor destruction within thy borders. But thou shalt call thy walls, what we just read about how they're going to build up, and all the precious stones as they layered in those precious stones, thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise. The sun shall no more, the sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee, but the Most High shall be unto thee an everlasting light in thy power, thy glory. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. Our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding shall never withdraw itself from us. For the Most High shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous. See this? We're going to be righteous. Every last one of us that make it. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, not no man's planting, telling you to come over here or come wherever you want to go. It's the branch of the Most High planting, the work of my hands, the Most High hands, that I may be glorified. So man going to take the place of the Most High, that the man could be glorified. You taking the place where the Most High said, he going to plant us in this land. He going to do this, that he may be glorified. Till a little one shall become 1,000. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lot of children. Therefore, we're gonna have to have more than one woman to do that. I don't know no woman that's gonna bring forth 1,000 children. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Most High, will hasten it in His time. It's gonna happen. That's why the mindset have to be to the point where are you ready, really ready for the kingdom? Or you just faking it and really perpetrating a fraud just a dang on Edomite with brown skin? Because they don't believe in this. And you don't believe in it either if you don't believe in what's written here. Because you don't have faith. Belief is faith. You got to believe this. It's sad because, a lot of people have problems with what's written and don't even befall them. They have a problem with it. You got a problem with the Most High. That's His words. Take it up with Him. When you pray, tell the Most High about it. He don't know what He's talking about. Tell the Most High. I don't like that word. You shouldn't have put that there. It is what it is, people. We got to accept it. Most High killed us. He killed the men. He ain't played with us. So y'all women that have them problems or whatever, you better take it up with the Most High. Get over it. We got over it. Look at James 2 and 14. James 2nd chapter 14 verse. What is it profit, my brethren, though a man say he have faith and have not works? Can faith save him? Can faith save you? You have faith, but you don't have works. Can faith save you? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, knowing he needs some food, you don't have no clothes, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding you give him not those things which are needful to the body, what does it profit? What does it profit? This action don't come about that you have the ability to help or you don't help. Even so, faith, if it have not works, you don't have nothing to show that you believe in the Most High. It's dead being alone. There's got to be an action behind your faith. You got testimonies to prove that you have faith? You believe in them? Yeah, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. See? You say, show me your faith, and you ain't got enough works to prove that you have faith. Thou believest that there is one power, thou believest well, and you do it well, and believe in that way. Say, the devils also believe and tremble. See? That the devils also believe and tremble. Scared to death. But without know, O vain man, worthless man, the way he's just saying the way you think, that faith without works is dead. Once again, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Most High said, kill Isaac. He said, where the sacrifice going to be? Your son, Isaac. Abraham was getting ready to kill Isaac. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? Because he was getting ready to do it. And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, Abraham believed the Most High, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of the Most High. You see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only? You got to have some works to prove that your faith exists. Likewise also, was not Rahab the harlot? She was a hoe, a prostitute, justified by works. She's still written in the Bible. Justified by works. When she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way, told them to go another way so that the brothers could be saved and went to spy out the land of Israel and come back and give a good report. For as the body without the spirit is dead, when the Most High take the spirit out of a body, and that body is dead, so faith without works is dead also. You don't have no works, don't be talking about no faith. If you don't believe, then you have no faith. And this is what our forefathers is giving us examples of. And this is how we go into it to look at how we are to follow the same example that they gave us to follow. It's very important. Look at 2nd Ezra 16 and 17. That's what Ezra said. He said, woe is me. Woe is me. He said, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? It's reincarnation, regeneration, whatever you want to call it. He want to know who's going to deliver him in those days. Who's going to deliver Esdras in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginnings of famine, food shortages, and great death. The beginning of wars. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Then you know he's going to be here. You know it. He said, I'm going to be there. So what are you going to do when these evils come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. It's a big butt whooping for amendment to get it right. But for all these things, the Most High going to bring upon this earth, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges of what he done to them. He beating them, tearing that butt up. No sooner a little time go by, back to normal. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion. Even though it seems like it's getting better, let you know evil is going to be multiplied on the earth. Still, for many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, food shortages, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Gonna get killed by gunfire. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. So many dead people are going to be like doo-doo on the ground. Going to be cast out as dung. And there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till thereof, the earth, no farmers to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to bear his voice, to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives. Upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Whereas when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so, in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword. See? So I tell you, it ain't long, but it's prophecy. 3 or 4 left of them that search the houses with the sword, with guns in their hands. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. Ain't nobody gonna be traveling. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, these servants of the Most High. That's why we got to have faith, people. Without faith, just plant yourself right in what was just written and what was just read. Hopefully, we won't have to be there. But it's written. And you heard the prophecy. But we have to have faith. Look unto the Most High. Look at Psalms, the 90th chapter. Most High, verse 1. Thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world, even from the everlasting to everlasting, thou art our power. Thou art the Most High. Thou turnest man to destruction, and saith, Return, ye children of men. Kill us, and say, Return to him. For 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday, when it is past, and as a watch in the night. 1,000 years to a day to the Most High. Thou carriest them away as with a flood. They are as a sleep. In the morning they are like grass which groweth up. Not in the night. In the morning it flourishes and groweth up. You can say we'll have 1,000 children. In the evening it is cut down and withereth. That's what we just read about in the nighttime, which we're in now. For we are consumed by thine anger, and by thy wrath are we troubled. Thou hast set our iniquities before thee, our secret sins, in the light of thy countenance, seeing everything. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are with 60 years and 10. That's 60 is 60 and 10, 70 years. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow. For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. Who knoweth the power of thine anger? Even according to thy fear, so is thy wrath. So teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. Return, O Most High, how long? And let it repent thee concerning thy servants, the children of Israel. O satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us, and the years wherein we have seen evil, to this day, Most High. Let thy work appear unto thy servants, and thy glory unto their children. And let the beauty of the Most High our power be upon us, and establish thou the work of our hands upon us. Yeah, the work of our hands establish thou it. Chapter 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We're going to abide under the shadow of Mashiach Yahushua, in the secret place of the Most High. I will say of the Most High, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. To trust means you believe. To trust means you're going to have faith in Him. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. Trust is faith. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. His law shall be our shield and buckler. And thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. It's coming in this nighttime that we're in now, people. Nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness. Nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. Giving you a clue. At noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet, because He hath set His love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. That's why He told us in Psalms 34 and 7. You got to believe. The angel of the Most High encampeth round about them that fear Him, and delivereth them. That's right. It's beautiful. You look at Daniel's, the 6th chapter. We just read about the angel of the Most High that came down and delivered Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Look at Daniel. He was in captivity under Nebuchadnezzar too. Daniel 6 and 22. Daniel was thrown in a den of lions. He said, my power have sent His angel, Mashiach Yahushua, and have shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before Him innocency was found in me, and also before me, thee, O king, have I done no hurt. He hadn't done anything to the king. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in His power. And the Most High had king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. Ever they came at the bottom of the den, kill them all. Then King Darius wrote unto all his